Hello rugby fans, it's been a wild weekend of international rugby action, from massive blowouts, shocking upsets and crucial ranking shifts that could shape the 2027 Rugby World Cup. From Scotland's heartbreak in Suva to Ireland's 100 plus point demolition in Lisbon, here's everything you need to know from this weekend's rugby. And for fans in the US, you can catch all of the top tier international rugby, including the upcoming Rugby Championships, as well as the test matches of the All Blacks vs France, South Africa vs Georgia, Samoa vs Scotland, and Argentina vs Uruguay, live and exclusively on FloRugby. If you missed any of the recent action, check out our full match replays. So we start in Fiji, where Scotland were chasing a top 6 world ranking. Instead, they walked away battered, bruised and beaten 29-14. Darcy Graham was the story, but for all the wrong reasons. The winger got himself sent off with just over 20 minutes to play after 2 yellow cards, the second for an offside that resulted in a penalty try to Fiji. Scotland had started brightly, with Graham setting up Kyle Rowe for the game's opening try, but ill discipline took over. Ewan Ashman's yellow card didn't cost them that much, but when Graham went to the bin before halftime, Fiji took full advantage. Tries from Tavita Ikenveri and Kalavate Ravovo gave the home side a 15-7 lead at the break. Tom Jordan's second half try pulled Scotland close, but Wayuta Vainakolo's 59th minute score and the penalty try sealed the deal for the home side. Scotland fall to 8th in the world rankings, while Fiji are closing the gap on their Six Nations rivals, they are now in 9th position. Wales, meanwhile, finally ended their 18-match losing streak with a gritty 31-22 win over Japan in Kobe. Josh Adams opened the scoring, Kieran Hardy added 2 more in the first half, and Dan Edwards sealed the deal with a late try and 5 crucial points from the tee. Japan threatened a comeback through Warner Dearns and Dylan Riley, but it wasn't enough. Wales climbed back to 12th in the world rankings, swapping place with the Brave Blossoms, but most crucially, they are back in the winner's circle, and it is well deserved. France had no such success in Wellington. After a close first test, Les Bleus were humbled 43-17 by the All Blacks, their heaviest defeat under Fabien Galtier. New Zealand were ruthless. Artie Sevilla, Cam Roigard, Cody Taylor, Tupa Vai, Will Jordan and Rikuani all crossed the line. France lost Joshua Brennan to a red card for a dangerous tackle on Jordy Barrett and couldn't match the pace or physicality of the hosts. It was a mismatch from start to finish in this one. France stay 4th in the world rankings, but they'll need to regroup fast. They face New Zealand again soon, and that will be live on FloRugby this weekend. South Africa delivered a statement performance in Gqeberha, crushing Italy 45-0 despite playing most of the match with 14 men. Number 8 Jasper Wiese was sent off for a headbutt in the 21st minute on Daniele Fischetti, but it didn't matter. Edwill van der Merwe was highly impressive and scored twice. Kanan Moody powered over, and Malcolm Marks was back to his best. Makazole Mapimpi and Jan Hendrik Wessels all added to the tally. Manny Leboc's kicking was sharp from hand, and the Springboks were relentless. They'll take on Georgia next, also live on FloRugby. Ireland, missing 17 players to the British and Irish Lions, produced their biggest ever test win, a 106-7 rout of Portugal in Lisbon. 16 tries, including braces for debutants Hugh Gavin and Shane Bolton, and a near perfect kicking performance from Jack Crowley made it a historic day for the Irish. The score eclipses their previous record of 83-3 against the USA back in 2000. Portugal grabbed one consolation try, but were otherwise outclassed in every department in what is a real knock for Portuguese rugby. England left it late in San Juan, but Jacques van Poortvliet's last-minute try scored a 22-17 win over Argentina and a 2-0 series sweep. Freddie Stewart and Seb Atkinson scored in the first half, but the Pumas hit back through Lucio Cinti and Ignacio Mendy. George Ford's penalty tied it up before Guy Pepper's blindside break set up Van Poortvliet for the game winner. Argentina slipped to 7th in the ranking, just behind Australia, who climbed despite not playing this week. In Charlotte, the USA Eagles were stunned by Spain, falling 31-20 in their first ever loss to Los Leones. Spain started fast with tries from Martiano Kian, Tani Bay and Gonzalez Lopez Botembo. Eagles responded through captain Ben Bonasso, who continues to lead with aplomb. He scored twice and AJ McGinty closed the gap to 1 point after half time, but costly errors returned and Spain punished them. Lopez Botembo continued his incredible Rugby Europe form, added a penalty, and Rafael Nieto crashed over to make history. The USA now dropped to 16th in the world rankings, while Spain leapfrogged them into 15th. Uruguay were in full flight in Montevideo, trashing Romania 70-8. Santiago Civetta scored 2 early tries, and Juan Gonzalo Santiago Alvarez and Bautista Basso all added to the onslaught. Romania showed a brief resistance through Alexandru Bucur's try and a penalty, but the Terros ran in 10 tries overall. They now prepare for a fascinating matchup with rivals Argentina, and if this form holds, that could be a real contest, so make sure you check it out live on FloRugby. Canada, meanwhile, were handed a stunning 25-18 loss by Belgium. Yes, Belgium in Ottawa. Matthias Rumul was the maestro, setting up his brother Florian for the opening try. Simone Sonnen added 2 more, and Canada just couldn't respond despite a powerful maul try and a late score from Sion Parry. Belgium jumped to 22nd in the rankings, while Canada will be desperate to rebound against Spain next time out. So where does that leave the world rankings at the moment? South Africa hold top spot with 92.78 points, just ahead of New Zealand at 91.72. Ireland sit 3rd, France 4th, and England 5th. Australia climbed to 6th, nudging out Argentina and Scotland, while Fiji close in on both. Wales edge Japan, Spain jump the USA, and Belgium move closer to their all-time high, what will be a great moment for them. There's plenty more rugby coming your way on FloRugby. The Rugby Championship is just around the corner. And before that, we have, of course, matchups like the All Blacks versus France, South Africa versus Georgia, Manu Samoa versus Scotland, and Argentina versus Uruguay. And remember, US fans, this is all live and exclusively on FloRugby, so make sure you check out those subscription packages. If you love international rugby, this is just the beginning. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and we'll catch you next time with all the latest from the world stage.